Well, episode 14, HonkyTalk podcast. Trey, Gauthreaux, Bo Smith, Bo Atkins. We're here back down at the Sundown, as always, our home base. And today's guest is one of the HonkyTalk founders, Trey Gauthreaux, everybody.
Yeah.
What's up? What's up, y'all? It's good to be here. It's good to be back here. I'm a little nervous.
Why are you nervous?
I was just,
You've been behind the scenes for a while.
I'm just new on camera. Just new on camera.
Okay. Well, I think you'll be okay.
Yep.
Hey, I know we're back at the Sundown. I'm glad to be back here.
Yeah. We've been a little bit of everywhere here lately, and with our production, but it's good to be here, man.
Heck yeah. I'm glad you could make it.
Yep. I hope y'all had a good 4th of July weekend.
I did. Bo,
Yep.
you play anywhere?
I helped this man out,
Dude,
all weekend.
this dude sweat his booty off, dog, and up there at this past weekend we were at Rhett's Tails and Shells in Farmerville, Louisiana.
Rhett's Tails.
We had a huge production, sound, lights, and everything. And this man over here, Mr. Bo Smith, kind of came out, helped hook up everything, ran snakes, and help us run sound and stuff.
So
and,
you were sweating right there with them.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. He was down
10
there.
a.m.
Yeah.
Y'all look how beautiful this lady is.
Oh.
Say hi to the camera. Look. The Reuben. Is this a Reuben?
What is it? Hold on.
Oh.
Let's get a look at this, boys. That's the classic, dude.
That's the daily special. That's the day special right here.
Look, let's just go ahead with that. Don't worry about me. I'll come second to this. Let's just go ahead and talk about this right here.
But tell them about the Reuben. You're the food expert up here.
I'm the food expert.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
I guess you can tell.
I'm a consumer. I don't really know what I'm eating, but I'm like, yeah, I like it. But no, every day they have a lunch special here at the Sundown Tavern. So if you catch our show, whether it be on the Spotify or Facebook or YouTube, y'all encourage you, if you live around this area where Sundown Tavern is in Ruston, Louisiana, y'all come in here and get you a lunch special. They always have, and they're known for sandwiches. As you know, their tagline is, "Hey, the Sundown, saving Ruston one sandwich at a time." And today's special is the Reuben.
It's delicious.
It is delicious. Me and Bo had a little bit earlier when we first got here. I couldn't wait to get it. But I would encourage all y'all doctors' offices, lawyers, or whatever, people that get like lunch nurses or firemen or I don't know, wherever you work. Make sure you come on the Sundown, sit on the patio for about 30 minutes at your lunch break.
Yeah, and I concur. That's delicious. One of my favorite sandwiches up here.
Dude, it is that good.
If it's too hot, sit inside in the air conditioning. It's pretty cool.
It is here.
Yep.
It is, yes, because I almost needed a sweater earlier. Well, so I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of glad to have the 4th of July over with, because every 4th of July, me and my family for the last, 11 years or so have sold fireworks. We have a firework tent over in Bossier City, Louisiana, and it'll run you ragged. We're in a tent. We have to be in a camper for 24/7, and you have to be on top of the product, and you don't really get to sleep much. It's like you're camping, but inside the city in a camper.
Right, and doing business.
Yeah, and trying to be able to, go to your gigs. And I got 3 kids in the camper from, my son Dace is with us today. We'll have him say hi in a little bit, but he's going to be 9 on the 11th. And I got basically a 9-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 3-year-old in this little camper. That was about as big as this stage. That was it.
Wow.
And it was miserable.
That's crazy.
Air conditioning, though.
Yeah, I never shut it off. It ran the whole time on like 60
It
degrees.
had to. It was hot.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was real hot.
And we're on concrete, which is good because we're not in the grass no more. So we had a couple of rain showers come through there, little thunderstorm type stuff coming through there, like it always does this time of year. But it usually would flood us out.
Yep.
We'd have to have like a sump pump and we'd be digging trenches. It was like work. And thank God now we are on concrete.
Right.
That rain just rolls right on through the tent, goes to the ditch.
That's right.
I even took my shoes and socks off.
There you go. That's awesome, man.
And I got to thinking about my feet. Y'all have to take care of my feet. And I was thinking about if you're walking on concrete, it's kind of like walking on sand. So you're kind of getting like a pedicure as you're walking.
So they're really smooth.
It'll sand your corns off.
Yeah. Okay.
My bunions and all that.
All of it.
Funyuns, onions, all of it.
Okay. Well, take it. That's a tip.
If you're ever in need of a good foot,
Step on some
Scrub.
wet concrete.
just go walk around with concrete barefoot.
Yep.
when it's wet.
There you go.
Well, enough about me, Bo. What'd you do this before?
Well, I was helping Trey. We went to El Dorado Friday.
Dude, yeah, on the 4th, we were at El Dorado. We
Arkansas,
played,
right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Arkansas. El Dorado, Arkansas. I had an event out there. Bo came with me, kind of roadie. He played a few songs.
With the band, or did y'all do it
No,
acoustic?
just acoustic.
Oh, acoustic up there.
Yeah, just acoustic. And then we came back that evening.
What was it for?
Just their event out there. They were throwing just on the block, music on the block.
In downtown?
Yeah, downtown. Kind of near that old house. I
It was
forget
a
what it's called.
museum from,
It's an old house built in like 1841 or
was it
something.
pre-Civil War?
Yeah, something like that. It's an old house.
Wow.
But that's where they held it in front of, and they have this society that's kind of restoring some old, like, buildings and stuff, old houses and everything, kind of like just a historical, like, restoration.
Gotcha.
Kind of
I
thing.
went through
preservation.
it. Look, they had some,
Pretty cool stuff.
yeah, pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, I didn't get to go in, but they gave us some burgers and stuff. But anyway, that was a good day.
Friday.
Friday, we came back. Saturday, went straight to work. Right in the morning, we were offloading gear, lights,
10 a.m.
Full production, huh?
full production.
People don't realize how much work this. We've talked about things about getting booked and playing music for a living, and
Right.
but people don't realize when you do a full band setup on a big event, you usually get stuck with being charged with the sound,
Yeah.
the lighting, this, and that.
Yeah.
And it's a lot because it's a full production. And I don't think, you go to if anybody's ever been to a play or a musical or set,
It's a lot of work.
or
man.
even at a concert, I guess, too, you don't realize that all that stuff is put up and then taken down. And if you're on our level, you're usually having to do all that stuff
Yeah,
yourself.
that's right.
And perform and do
Yeah.
this and do all that. It is a lot of work.
I'm trying to get to that next level to where it's like I show up and plug my stuff up in, because I've been a part of those productions before, and it was just incredible because you show up with your guitar or whatever gear you got,
That's
if you're
it.
playing electric, and yourself, and then they set it all up, they do all their thing, and then I play, do my gig, and then or do my show, whatever it is, and then I leave. And
That's different.
Yeah, it's different.
But when you have to do it like the show you did,
Yeah, that's right, man. What's out on the lake, so it's not. There's nothing permanent there.
Right.
So, and I mean, I kind of initiated it. So, like, he wasn't doing anything on that Saturday or didn't have anyone, and so
so you put this on yourself
That's
at
right.
Rat Stales and Shells this past July 5th, past Saturday.
That's this past Saturday. That's
Right.
right. Me and Rhett got together and worked out
That's cool.
a kind of a whole show ordeal because the city spent a ton of money on fireworks and they put on an amazing show. If you didn't catch it this year, go check it out next year. It's either they always gonna do it on a Saturday.
And he
But
built
yeah.
a new stage.
Yeah, big stage.
And Rat Stales and Shells tell our listeners where this is.
Yeah, it's in Farmerville, Louisiana, just a little bit north of Ruston, if you know where it's at. But
And it's a great place.
But it
It's
was-
right there.
yeah.
It is right there on the lake. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a waterfront
Right
property.
before you get to the bridge on 33.
yeah, so we had to outsource it. So I'm in contact with people who rent out this equipment, and so we got it for a pretty good deal because we were going to do the labor ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow!
Yeah, so we did. So
You just rented that. You said, "Hey, I need
Yeah.
all this equipment."
yeah, we rented it.
Wow,
we
you said-
picked it up, dude. We picked it up in our trucks
What?
and all the PA and everything.
And all of our speakers. We had so many speakers.
Oh, dude, it was crazy.
Everybody just come together and got.
Yeah,
So we had his, mine,
Yeah.
Nick's,
Hers.
Aiden's,
Ours.
yeah, it was.
Rhett's.
It was crazy, but it turned out fantastic. We really came together as a band. The show was great. I think we made a really great impression for probably a return show next
Future
year.
stuff. That's what it's about. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What? How many songs? How long did you play?
Well, we played for about 2 hours, and it's kind of broken up in the dynamics. We actually studied to put on an actual show. Like, this is different from if y'all have ever seen me play acoustic guitar, singing in a corner. We actually put an introduction, like a medley of like some classic rock songs, and then we'd start out with some original stuff, and then we went into some covers, and then after the band stuff, we actually moved on to an acoustic show, like just a broken down, laid back acoustic. It was Nick, myself, and Aiden in a line, and we were all on the front of the stage playing acoustic.
Oh, wow.
Fireworks, we came back, dedicated a song to the veterans. Huge shout out to all the veterans who served our country. That's why we can do what we do.
Amen.
You know, so I just did a special song for them, and just the whole 4th of July weekend.
What song
thing.
was it?
It was called "Home" by Dirk Bentley.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a really great song. We did that, and then came back in, did like a 90s country medley, and then just did a big kind of outro. You know?
Wow.
And but it turned out to be great.
Were you already able to film any of this?
There is some stuff. A lot of people. I had a photographer out there that day, and he's got like 200 photos of the show.
Oh, wow. I can't wait to see them.
I'll be posting them.
Heck yeah.
We'll
And
put
then,
some on the podcast.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
must. Yeah.
And then I did get some of family and friends to actually like video a lot of the show. My dad went live, but I think he tagged me in it. I think so. You can go on my page
Okay.
and just look at it.
HonkyTalk listeners, go to where Trey go. This one we got Trey on. We're spotlighting him. Okay. This Monday because he had a big show, man. Past 4th of July celebration on Saturday. So y'all make sure y'all go to his page and y'all click on it and view it. So if you want to watch it, you can watch it. There you go. A little plug in for that.
That's right. That's right.
So let me ask you this: what
Sorry, I had to tell you.
he
It's
distracted?
just it's too good.
You better not put it by him. He's going to eat it all.
Dude, I'm telling. I was like, I'm only going to eat half this sandwich. And I looked at it and I said,
Yeah,
"Who am I kidding?"
I know. This is too good.
But that's awesome, though. And shout out to Red Tails and Shells, too. So you did the full production. I did everything. You got some people that help promote it for you. Photographer. Who's the photographer?
A guy that I met just a while ago, Max Shadowins. I think that's how you say his last name. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he came up here when me, you, and Micah was playing.
That's right. And he messaged me on Facebook, and he showed me his portfolio. And he's got a great, like, stage, like, visualization. And so I liked it. So I went ahead and hired him to come out that weekend, and he got some great shots. I posted a couple already on my Facebook. So, but he's got a bunch of photos and stuff that I can use for all my media stuff.
Well, besides that, I know you've been busy, and this goes out to any of our listeners or viewers or followers.
Yeah.
Trey's been busy, too, doing his own side work of doing photography, videography,
Yep.
and helping promote businesses, local businesses around here. Tell us a little bit about that, please, sir.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Well, it all started kind of with this podcast stuff. So, like, for almost coming up on 2 years now, there was another podcast that that's the first thing that I got into with, like, really videography and audio stuff as far as, like, putting this stuff together. I do have prior experience back in my high school years, around maybe, like, 18 to 19 for a year. I studied under a local photographer here, Kevin Beasley. I worked and did party pics for him, did like senior edits, real estate edits and stuff, and kind of learned about, Lightroom, Photoshop and stuff. Got hired to do that a couple of times. When I left it, I didn't really get back into it to the podcast thing. And so I kind of got back into it, and then we started this podcast, and then that led to, networking and communicating and meeting new people about, hey, could you do something for us? And so Thirsty Farmer is the first one who, like, hired me to come actually, like, do some media posts, like, about their new items, their foods, their wine, and then a promo video. They got they have a wine club, and you can go and like subscribe to them and stuff, and do that thing. And so I made just a promo video for them for that, and so that's what I do. I just kind of got into that, not too long ago, but if you got the skills, why not use it?
True. Well, so if somebody wanted you, not just you to play music,
That's right.
let's say if it was a doctor's office or a dental hygiene place,
yeah.
anything,
Anything.
just basically run a commercial so your social medias, how they reach you
That's
for
right.
that.
Yeah, through my Facebook.
Facebook, okay,
Yeah,
just like the music.
Yeah,
thing.
just like the music. If you contact me through Facebook Messenger or anything like that, my profile is actually a professional profile now. So, You can actually just go right there and follow me and then message me.
I know on some of the Facebook pages, like myself,
Yeah.
you have where you can actually schedule an appointment.
Oh, okay.
Now, and I didn't realize that had that on my page because a lady messaged me about a week and a half ago, literally,
Yeah.
and said, I got this message on Messenger, and it said, your appointment is this, blah, 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 and this time. And I said, what appointment?
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way doctor's offices
I know,
are
yeah.
scamming my Facebook page.
I know, yeah, they might.
But the thing is, though, is I hate going to the doctor, and I know this sounds silly and simple, like why, but I can't stand going, and it's just a waste of my time, and it's not. But that's how I'm rebellious against it.
Yeah,
It's a thing that I have to work on seriously. But I figured that they were like, well, I know Bo's busy because, like, you know, you go to the doctor, let's say every 6 months or something, or once a year checkups and all that, and I always push them off to where I can't get like a prescription filled or something. I go, oh, I need that doctor's appointment now. So I thought they were trying to get savvy and start messaging me on my music Facebook page. So I thought it was a nurse or a doctor.
Yeah.
So I was like, what appointment? But anyways, all this to be said, go back to what you're saying about Trey, not just me, but there is a thing where they can schedule an appointment there too. I didn't know if you had that little tag or that, what do you call that little?
Yeah, it's not set up right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I got one about playing a gig, and then I found out, and then I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah,
Anyways.
exactly.
It's funny.
Yep.
I don't know.
But yeah, man, it's been cool.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
A lot of stuff. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's a lot, dude. Just
When I say proud, but happy for you too.
yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know what you meant.
I think it's cool, really cool.
What you meant?
What days you do the modern day messenger?
Fridays.
Fridays.
We record on Fridays, and then I kind of release them just a couple days later.
But tell us about the Modern Day Messenger.
Yeah, Modern Day Messenger podcast. It's a great podcast. We did. We're coming up on 2 years now. Basically, what we do is we meet up at Christ Church. That's kind of where our home base is over there, and then we just go through like a chapter of the Bible or something, and just go into like theory, right? So it's just a little bit more in depth, or like if you got a question about something, because there's a lot of theological questions out there, you know, about like, you know, I mean, some of the big ones, does God even exist, or like what does this scripture say about this, or like, you know, like doesn't it say this or that in there and stuff, and then well, let's just look at it, let's see what it says.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's a little more in depth. Just trying to be, you know, trying to go through and just share the truth of everything about like kind of what's in there. But yeah, go check it out, Modern Day Messengers.
That'd be a good one for all of y'all to go check out.
Yeah, it was a good one for me to check out.
It's a good one for me to check out too. I've been following it.
Yeah, good.
So, hey, all right, well, welcome back here. Segment number 2 here. We got episode 14, man. Time flies when you're having fun.
Oh, yeah.
Every Monday, we've been doing this. However many weeks, 14 weeks is basically in a month. What is that, 3 months or something?
It's been a while.
We've been to Nashville. We've been to all parts unknown and known, well-known in North Louisiana.
Yeah, we're back home, though.
And we're back home today at the Sundown Tavern, who is a big supporter of ours. And we're so thankful for Heath and the gang, and Brother Corey and Emma and the rest of the waitresses and managers and staff members and cooks and all that stuff. Man, thank y'all. They're saving Rustin one sandwich at a time to get your butts to Sundown Tavern to eat lunch. Today's daily specials, they're Reuben. They have a daily special sandwich every single day.
That's right.
We're also here with Trey Gauthreaux, a founding father of
The HonkyTalk podcast. It's Honkies with a King.
Yep.
There it is. Also, Modern Day Messenger, co-host right here.
That's right.
At Modern Day Messenger, if you want to follow. They study the Bible in depth. Trey's also with us. We got a videographer, a photographer, and he's been doing commercials and shooting footage and things like that for all your social medias for any type of business, whether it be a restaurant, a doctor's office. It could be anything. It doesn't matter. Law office, t-shirt company, boutiques. It doesn't matter. A bar, whatever. Y'all make sure y'all follow Trey Gauthreaux on Facebook and message him, to hire him so he can do what he's good at. So Trey, you had a big weekend.
Yes, sir.
Now let's roll into kind of some of this. tell us about some new material, with your musicianship.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about some of the style. What do you think your style is? Who's an influence for you in music?
Well, I would have to say I do have like an old school like country vibe, but it's mixed in with some very like Delta blues. But dude, I mean, when it comes down to it, I'm also like they call me the Polynesian coon ass for a reason. Born in South Louisiana, so I have like I have that influence. I have country influence. I have blues and like some classic rock influence. So like my genre it's a kind of a mix of all that. Some of it may sound more country than others. Some of it may sound blues. I've got a song called I got a song called "Her Ring Is on My Finger." That's super like very just honky-tonk country. Then I have a song on my record called "Time Slow Down." It's 100% blues. Then I've got some kind of modern-esque like country songs like "Always Be Kind," the one I just released a few months ago.
What do you say, modern? Kind of more of a contemporary kind of type song?
A little more processed,
Yeah.
a little more, whatever. Just a little bit more that style, But if you listen to "Always Be Kind," I got some Cajun essence in it. I got a melodica in there. There's trumpets. There's a horn section. All kinds of stuff. But
Right.
that's kind of what you get when you listen to my stuff.
Right. Well, I think that's what an artist is.
Yeah.
Especially independent. You're not being told or
Oh, that's right.
micromanaged or kind of led. You're just kind of doing what you feel in your spirit, your musical spirit. Let it just drive.
That's right. And what's so cool about being independent is that the more I grow, the more my music will grow, and it'll transition into something else probably in the next 5-10 years.
Sure.
I'm not exactly sure what that looks like. So, but it's like right now I can get away with doing some Morgan Wallen covers, and but what's it going to look like in another 10 years? I may resort to doing some Kenny Chesney stuff.
Sure. Which I like Kenny Chesney.
No, that's what I'm saying. But I think as you mature, your music matures. As I grow as an artist, so will my writing and composition.
Yeah, that's great. I like the way you put that. What do you have? I know we've talked here recently about you want to come out and release some new music.
That's right. Just a few years ago, I got the privilege to go down to Lafayette at Dockside Studio on the Vermilion River and record with Mr. Wayne Toups himself.
Wayne Toups,
one of my influencers, Wayne Toups. He back in I think it was 1996 is when he recorded this song, "Take My Hand." Now this is my parents' song and everything, and so
and throughout Louisiana,
yeah, throughout
it is
Louisiana,
huge. I've had people request that song to me in the northern.
Yeah,
most parts of Louisiana.
That one and Tupelo Honey.
Yeah, Tupelo.
Yeah.
That's been covered a lot.
Yes. So, but "Take My Hand" is another one of those like songs, and so, I decided to do a cover on it on my record.
Okay.
So Monty Russell actually gets us in contact with Mr. Toups down there, and we set up a date to go record the cover of the song down there. And so, dude, when you walk in, it's just so cool, man. It's all this, like, it's very home. Like, when I walked in, I felt at home.
Wow.
Like, it was so cool. And then you see these gold records, and, like, B.B. King recorded here. Like, all these artists just got I got, like, golden records just on the wall. And it's just so cool. Then, Wayne comes in, and he's just a super friendly guy. I felt like I was meeting my uncle. It was just crazy. He gets in there and lays it down, dude. He takes 3 takes, just layering stuff.
What was he doing on your song?
The accordion.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
okay.
The accordion and stuff, and some. It was just super cool. And then we went out, and everything I paid him, we went out, and he spent it all on beer and pizza for us.
For y'all. So you need to tell me you pay the Wayne Toups to come and record on his song.
Yeah.
You pay him, you go to the studio, do all the stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, now how did that work come about? Like, y'all like, hey, y'all want to go eat something after we're done? Or who brought that up?
He literally said, hey, y'all want to go have some coon-ass pizza?
What, do you remember the name of the place?
Dude, I really don't. I could look it up, though. I could look it up and probably put a link. But anyway, it was just super cool to go just hang out with him. But I will say, so back in 1996, he recorded that song. So it was cool back, and I think we did it in 21 or 22, somewhere around that year. We went and recorded in the same exact studio.
Oh, that's very cool.
So, yeah, literally.
Was that his studio, or that's where he's always kind of gone?
Well, I know he's recorded a bunch of places. I
Right.
just know that Take My Hand song was recorded at Dockside Studios.
Oh, wow. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, 1996. And
Okay.
so it was just cool to go back to the studio and record it so many years later, over 20 years later, almost 30 years later.
And then have him on it.
And have him on it
Yeah.
again and record that song in that studio. So it was really cool. Now, we kind of did a blend of stuff because that song that you'll be hearing, I want to. It's probably going to release in a couple of weeks.
Okay, awesome. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So be on the lookout of this song, "Take My Hand" cover. Or at least my take on it by Wayne Toups.
Who's on it? So he approved of it.
Yes, he did approve of it. He loved it, and I was so thankful for that. But the music, some of the music and vocals we recorded in Nashville, and then we came down there. So that's the beauty of technology.
Yeah.
Is that we didn't have to fly Wayne out.
Exactly.
We brought it to him, so we recorded that, and then we also recorded down there. But dude, they got like old school analog equipment. They got a back rack that's like 20 feet long of just like compressors and like processors, man. It's just
Wow.
it's just amazing.
You could geek
you
out.
probably
in
know a
there.
lot about that.
You could geek out in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even come out of the room.
yeah.
I'd be stuck in there like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was
crazy.
No, it was cool, man. And like I said, when you step into the studio, it just felt like just I don't know, just this very like humbling, historical but I was comfortable, and like I could just be who I was, and I didn't have to like try to relax. It was just already there.
Right.
You know?
That's awesome.
So
So he came and played accordion on it.
yeah,
Did he sing any on it too?
I think he did some background vocals too. Yeah.
It's got to be cool to have like Wayne. You do a Wayne Toups song, and then you have Wayne Toups doing the backup, singing of his own song.
Yeah, that's right.
To you, and then playing the accordion.
It was weird, man. It was
That's crazy,
weird.
man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But very cool.
Well, what about? So you want to? That's going to be in a couple weeks. You said, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully in a couple weeks. Trey's going to be releasing "Take My Hand." So
That's right. It'll be on all streaming platforms, and I know I can get it on the radio and stuff here in Monroe and stuff.
but especially with Z1075, who
Yeah,
thank God for them.
that's right.
Matt and
Yeah.
DJ P Hall.
That's right.
He was out there sweating it out at Ritz.
I bet he was. Was he?
Yes, he was.
Was he? Was he?
Both days, 4th and 5th, wasn't it?
Yes.
Was he DJing out there?
Yeah.
I love that
He was
dude.
doing the pregame show, like doing all. And dude, he's a cool DJ. He was getting up there and like kind of getting the crowd warmed up and stuff
Did he go before you went on?
before the opener.
Oh wow, who was the opener?
Nick Harak. That's Tell
us about Nick.
So Nick is going to be one of those new and upcoming guys. That's kind of one of those. I want to say like Zach Top / something else. Like
And he kind of looks like Zach.
yeah, like Red Clay Stray vibe, man. He's a, that song. She comes from silver,
Yeah.
golden. So that song's Red Clay Stray. So he's like a mixture between that and like kind of country vibe.
Got you.
But anyway, he's a new and upcoming artist here locally in Ruston, and I've kind of just like taken him under my wing a little bit and trying to show him a little about how the business works, music business, kind of where to go, what to look out for, but ultimately like it's going to be your decision, kind of thing, and then teaching him about sound engineering a little bit because I say this all the time, I do all this other stuff and I accidentally became a sound guy too.
Well, that's important because I'm going to tell you what. No, I mean, some of these people may know this or don't know this, but me personally, I've been playing music now for almost 16, 17 years, and I don't know diddly squat about even what we're doing right now, other than
Right.
I know to look at I've presence.
That's right. That's
But
right.
I don't, I feel guilty sometimes about it
Yeah.
because I don't know about any gear or anything, and if
Right.
if you do it every day,
Sure.
you should at least know.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you
know.
what kind of my thought process was when I started about this, dude. I mean, goodness, from probably 19 years, and it all started out in my bedroom at my parents' house, dude. Just like learning about all these things. Because at first, I mean, dude, I'm trying to learn how to play a G chord, and I'm learning how electric guitars work. I don't even know like I didn't even know like acoustic guitars needed batteries sometimes, and like I came from humble beginnings, dude, and I still don't know a plethora amount of all the knowledge out there about sound engineering, but it all started small. But after I got into the band stuff and then like playing live music and like, okay, why am I getting feedback in this room, but I don't get it over there?
Oh, wow.
And it's like, okay, so why is that?
It's a frequency.
Yeah, so I went into a deep dive for the past probably, I don't know, man, since the beginning. So 19 years of just like slowly building on my knowledge,
Educating yourself.
educating
Yeah.
myself, and and then also hanging out with people that are in the sound business. As far like Aiden Johnston is one of my best buds and one of my greatest references when I ask about sound questions.
Right.
How do I route subs to this or whatever and everything, and so I reach out to people and kind of ask the right questions. This is what I know, and you got to be humble and you got to be honest about it and say like, don't act like you know what you're talking about if you really don't,
Right.
kind of thing. It's like I'm like, hey man, okay, slow down. I don't really know what you're talking about right here, but what do you mean, And so they would explain things to me, and over the last 5 years. I completely upgraded all my stuff to digital sound and learned about how to operate and run all of this stuff. And so when it came down to Reds, Tails, and Shells, me and Aiden and people like Bo Smith and everything, we got there, connected everything.
Used all your knowledge.
Used everything, and it turned out to be really great.
Wow.
Aiden did a lot of work out there too.
Yes.
Him and Trey both on the sound.
And the sound, we were actually, because it's digital, it's really cool nowadays. If you haven't dove deep in the digital world, just check into it, because we were able to run 2 pads and run the sound at the same time.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
So it's really cool. So he's at the drums fixing ears. We run in-ear monitors. By the way, didn't you got to experience in-ear monitors?
Yes, and I'll be honest with you, I've heard people talk trash about them.
Yeah.
That's the greatest thing ever. That's the first time I've ever heard myself sing ever with a band.
So check this out. So here's
Ever.
Who is running sound?
Instead of screaming over the monitor.
Yes.
Who's running?
David Green.
Okay, David Green, and he was in charge of your ears and stuff.
Everything, yes.
Okay, so check it out. So there is, when people say they hate using ears, it's usually of a couple of reasons, but one is like you have to know how to mix it. Plus, there's a difference if you run a mono or stereo. And so, like, the reason why we use in-ears is because we can pan things, right? So just as, like, a quick example, if we're on stage, we're on the Sundown stage right now, right? We're playing, I got drums and all this stuff. But, like, usually you want your kick and bass in the middle, right? And your vocals and your instrument. But everything else, you can pan. And you can make it, like, if I have an acoustic guitar play over here, I pan them all the way right, and I adjust my volume. And then there's also a thing called shotgun mics or room mics or something like that. You set up a microphone, and it kind of gets the stage noise, and you put a little bit of that in your ears, and it sounds like you don't even have anything in your ears.
Okay.
So there's
Yeah.
there's things to that make your ear mix
More natural.
super natural. It sounds
Yeah.
organic. It sounds like you're in the stage, and then you can actually hear
Perfect
people,
sound or something.
and it's
Yeah.
perfect sound. And you don't deal with any feedback issues because there's no speakers facing towards your mics.
Right.
It's all front of house.
Right.
And you can
And-
talk to each other on
Yeah.
stage without the
So
front of the house.
that's
Y'all had the spare mic for that?
so that's another thing. Yeah, he's right. So then when you're running ears, it adds a whole new dynamic to it because you can now. Saturday we ran a talkback mic. So that's usually like your MD, your music director or something. So it can be your lead guy, your bass player, whoever. But you just set it up on stage, whoever's using it, and you can go there and speak into that mic and run, and that's routed to everybody's in-ears. And so it's not going out front of house or
Right.
nothing. And so it's just your bandmates that hear you.
Right.
So you can direct them like, okay, we're going to end real big on this minor chord or something. You know what I'm saying? Boom, swell, big swell, and nobody else hears that. But,
Right. They
but you're
just-
directing the band.
You're orchestrating the band without the crowd knowing. The show, it just seems flawless.
You can't even hear it.
Right, right,
Only
that's
the
all.
band. So it's just it's a really great piece of communication. Now you don't have to have that. Actually, there's a Facebook photo I posted yesterday. One of my best buddies, I was actually calling out a 4-chord, and I'm holding the guitar, and I'm raising out. I think you see.
I'd see you, and I
you
knew
saw
what you
that?
was doing.
Yeah.
I knew you was talking to
Yeah,
me.
he saw me and everything, and I throw up a 4-chord and everything, and then but I'm communicating. So there is hand signals and stuff.
But the way it looked, out there in the crowd,
Yeah,
as you're jamming, and you know how Willie Nelson hit.
that's right. It just looks like I threw up my hand.
Like, yeah, end on this.
And that's probably what he's doing
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it
But you
like
were talking
end on
about
the one.
you were talking about end on the 4.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Yeah. So it's cool to like learn all these things like
Sure.
the sound engineering, the Nashville number system. That's just one of the things that'll change your life.
Now the number system is especially when you're a band, you're a front man, and you're playing. Some front men don't play any instruments, well, that's fine. But the band leader,
Yes.
if you ever pay attention to a band, if you're at a concert, pay attention to the band.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the band, what they're doing. There's signals, there's things going on, or looks,
Yeah.
or all this stuff.
That's exactly
They're
right.
communicating with each other, and that's to me that's really cool. Me that's fun.
Oh, it's super
This is
fun.
what makes the show.
That's
And
exactly right.
It's not only a job; it's a. I don't know how to explain it. It's a fun job,
Oh, dude, it's so fun. I would not.
other than being a fun job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really wouldn't be. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't like really just like enjoy myself.
I could work 20 hours a day doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It
It's so fun.
don't matter. Loading all my stuff in, or playing, or it don't matter.
Just being
Yeah.
doing
Swamp ass sweat
Yeah.
all day long.
Yeah,
Get that
that's
sweat
right.
out, feel
That's
good.
right, that's right.
Keep
Yeah.
on going.
Well, I'm just the same way, man. It's like if you want to know about Trey Gauthreaux, it's like anything that I'm involved in, man, I really have a passion for it. If I don't have a passion for it, like you won't see me in a knitting class yet.
Yeah.
I don't. You know what I'm saying? So or anything like that. Not that I don't like it. It's just that like these things that I'm involved in, I really love to do. Media, music, like all these cameras and these mics and stuff. I've got this board behind me that I'm meticulously kind of setting up and like, analyzing to make sure we have good sound and good cameras and good lighting and stuff. And
Yeah, because for you viewers and listeners, Trey is and Bo too. They're both. I'm just the guy that comes up here and talks,
yeah.
and I try to and I can carry stuff in or whatever. That's fine. But
Yeah.
and I finally learned how to screw these. When I tell you that I'm an idiot, I am. I'm ignorant about all this stuff. I'm doing all this, and it's funny because these guys are the brains behind what they're talking about. They know what they're talking about. Hell, Bo used to have a recording studio. Didn't you have a recording studio down in
Yeah,
Austin?
they sure did.
Yeah, I went to school down there, and
Yeah, he went to school for this stuff.
and then me and Josh Woodhouse. I was working offshore, so me and him invested in it, leased the building. He leased the building, and then I went in on like all the gear and everything like that, and just funded it. He would have people come through, and we'd record music.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, they know this stuff.
Yep.
Well, we're here at the Sundown, our home base. Big shout out to Sundown Heath, Emma, and the gang. We're here with Trey Gauthreaux, HonkyTalk podcast. Be right back.
Welcome back to the Honky Tonk broadcast.
Welcome back, y'all.
It's all good.
That's my boy, Dace Rebel.
That's right.
Dace, thank you, buddy. You having fun today?
Mr. Dace.
Look at the camera. Say hi to the camera.
Hello.
You having fun?
Sure.
Well, thank you, Dace. All right, go back and sit down. We're almost done.
Yes, we can finally go home.
What? Yeah, welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. All right. Well, Trey's going.
Bye.
Bye, Dace. Thank you, Dace, man. The Honky Talk podcast is here at the Sundown Tavern, like Dace man just said, saving resting one sandwich at a time, and also we got Trey Gauthreaux here, Bo Smith here, and we wanted to spotlight Trey because Trey's one of the founding fathers of the Honky Talk podcast.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. And he's going to be releasing a song in a couple of weeks called "Take My Hand," and y'all have heard it. It's a Wayne Toups cover, but like we said earlier, Wayne Toups is, gracious enough and loved Trey's version of it so much that he wanted to be on it. So he come and played accordion on it and sang background vocals on it, stuff like that. And here shortly you'll see Trey play Take My Hand
That's right.
live.
That's right.
It's gonna be a treat.
It'll be a treat, and it's a fantastic song. Well, Trey, anything you want the listeners to know about you, or about where they can find you, or what you got coming out, or
Oh yeah.
and,
yeah,
and
sure.
also, Trey released this single about a month and a half ago, or 2 months ago now.
Yeah.
Tell them about that.
Yeah. So I can just kind of start at the beginning. Like, so back in 21, I got a single out called Off the Reservation. You can go check it out. And then I have another one called Always Be Kind. I just released a few months ago.
And Always Be Kind was written about his son, his oldest
that's right.
boy.
Yeah. Just a quick story behind that. Kind of one day I'm in the living room playing guitar. I play like silly songs for him. He watches this cartoon called PJ Masks. And there's just 3 characters. There's Owlet, there's Catboy, and there's Gecko. And they got these little superpowers and, into the night to save the day kind of thing. That's their kind of one of their things. And so I was over with my guitar, and he's like, sing a PJ Masks song. And so I was singing about my boy, and I said he'll use his super Gecko muscles and Catboy speed. But the way that it hit, it just inspired me, like right then and there. So I went in my room. And I just sat there for a second, and I was like, okay, like, this is a life song. This is a real life song. I'm like, so what? It's a story-based song. I'm like, and then these moments kind of just started like flashbacks in my memories. Like, one time he tried to like follow me out the door for work, and I was like, I gotta go pick up heavy stuff, brother. You can't. You can't come with me. He's like, well, that's okay. He's like, I got super Gecko muscles. And I laughed, and I was like, man, I'm going to use that on him when he's older.
That's awesome.
Because when he's like 13, 14, 15, I don't know, 25 years old, I don't care. He's like, man, that looks heavy. And I'm like, man, just use your super Gecko.
That's right. Yeah, heck yeah.
So, but anyway, it's just kind of one of those things that stuck. But I mean, I began to write the song, and it's about him, and it's about the family, and it's about life, and like the end of life, and how fast it goes by. And so in the beginning of the song, of Always Be Kind, it's just about him. I'm like, okay, what happens in the morning? I'm like, he wakes me up in the morning with a little shoulder nudge. He wants a little milkshake, and and then he's trying to follow me out the door. So that's kind of how the progression of the song is, just a conversation between me and him. And so verse 1 is like, you nudge me on the shoulder before the sun comes up, so I make a pot of coffee, fix your sippy cup. And then he's like, Daddy, do you really got to leave for work today, or could you stay and just play? And I had a line in there, and he loves monster trucks, and I was like, man, but the line I couldn't get it to stick. And so, but another thing he likes to do is go to the playground. So
He likes those dinosaurs too.
he loves dinosaurs. So
He's all boy.
yeah. So verse 2 is just kind of about the same thing. It's just. It starts out as, Daddy, could I come and help you, pretty please? I use my super Gecko muscles and Catboy speed. And then the next line is, buddy, I know one day that you'll understand what it takes to raise a family, what it costs to be a man. So that's kind of a deep line into, like, even what we're doing now. Like, the things, and it doesn't just relate to musicians or just me. It's kind of relates to everybody. Mm-hmm. Like, we're, the dads that are out there just going, and they got to leave. They got to go provide. They got to leave their family. They miss out on a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of, that's a touching point for me. Like, when we're out on the road, or, we got to spend long hours away from the house and stuff. And it's like some of the things that we get to miss. And, I think it could be taken for granted. And so just that verse is actually kind of bringing light to cherish those memories about when you're at the house and you're dealing with the dirty diapers and dishes piled up full of sink, like, because one day that all be gone. And so that's kind of what that line hit for. And then you got a music break, and the solo happens, and then like the last verse is like the entire timeline has just like sped up, and now like like how I pictured it was just like, how I picture like a family relationship, and like between him, it's like son, it's been a blessing to watch you live your life, but every man here on this earth has his appointed time, because nobody here on this earth just lasts forever, right?
That's right.
So I said, every man on earth here on earth has his appointed time, And then it's like a conversational piece, and he said, like, Dad, I know you did your best. I hate to see you go. There's still so much left to talk about, and teach me things you know. And then that was a real special line to me, because it's like, it just seems like when it just doesn't matter who it is in your life and your relationship. It's like you just wish you had one more day with them, or like whatever. And it's like there's like there's still so many conversations you wish you could have had, or like lessons they could have taught you or something. And so that was kind of a special moment in the song. And then it's like, and then the chorus kind of changes, and we get the horns in and stuff, and and it's like, it's like, because it kind of changes a little bit, because it goes, oh, I wish I could stay, but the good Lord is waiting for me to come home to those pearly gates. And it's but at the end of it says, take care of your brother, take care of your mom, take care of your mama, take care of your brother, or watch out for your brother, and always be kind. So it's like, if I could have left my song with just a few words, just take care of your family, be kind to people.
Yeah,
and that song's out now.
Yeah, the song's out now. Yeah.
Now, where can they find that song?
Anywhere.
Any streaming, anything?
Yeah, any streaming, anything. Yeah.
Okay. Also, when you want to go back to like Off the Reservation, your first record and stuff, that's all on YouTube. Y'all check out Trey Gauthreaux on YouTube.
That's right.
Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Google Play.
It's all
Spotify,
there.
Pandora, everything.
Off the reservation, always be kind. And then I've got Take My Hand coming out very shortly. The scheduling thing, I got to put it on the schedule, and
right, sure,
go through this thing. But yeah,
it takes
about 2 weeks to do.
Right, to properly do it. Yeah, well, y'all be on the lookout for that. Trey, thank you for sitting down with us and being on this side of the show.
No, thank y'all for having me. And how about we reposition this gear and
hey, where you playing this weekend?
This weekend?
See if you had your app done.
What you got, bud?
Okay, so Fridays. I got Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday, I think I'm playing with Trey somewhere.
Yes, we're here, but it's a private event.
And then Friday,
it's for the NELA Awards, huh?
Yeah, so those Thursday, the NELA Music Awards are having their nominee party. So that's
what it is.
They've rented out the place to do that.
Here at Sundown, baby.
That's right. So unfortunately, it is a ticketed event.
But it's all right. And then Friday, I think I'm at Bodacious Bar and Q.
Yep.
Our favorite place, Bo.
Yep.
We gotta get Trey in there.
Yeah, I've got Key Mexico on Friday. Shreveport.
And Saturday, I think I'm at Traps, our old buddy.
Yeah, Joey Trappe.
Joey Trappe.
Joey.
Yep, that's right. And then Saturday morning, I have a massage therapy appointment.
He's such a diva. Polynesian coon ass.
It's true, though.
Well, it's good to be here. Thank you, Sundown. And here it is, episode 14, which is HonkyTalk Podcast.
It's honkies with a kick.
At your face, you're still as pretty as an angel, but there's something out of place. What's wrong with you, baby? I don't understand. Is it just me, or did you want another man? Take my hand, say you'll be true, say those simple words, oh, I love only you. Take my hand, whoa, and hold it tight. Take my hand, and everything will be alright. You still got the moves that blow me away, and when you kiss me, baby, I still don't know what to say. down inside me, I know something's wrong. I'm still a fool for you, honey. Was I your fool all alone? Take my hand, say you'll be true, and say those simple words, oh, I love only you. Take my hand, whoa, and hold it tight. Take my hand, and everything will be alright. And I got this feeling that you want a new life, but I was hoping someday, oh, you'd be my wife. And I understand if you want someone new, I just can't imagine how long it would take to get over you. Take my hand, say you'll be true, and say those simple words, oh, I love only you. Take my hand, oh, and hold it tight. Take my hand, and everything will be alright. Take my hand, and everything will be alright.